Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram. I salute Bhagavat Pada Shankaracharya, who is the repository of all the Shrutis, the Smritis and the Puranas, who is compassionate and is the benefactor of the world. Self-knowledge, Atmabodha of Shankaracharya. We are on verse 45. Brahman appears to be a jiva through ignorance, as a stump of a tree appears to be a man. This jivahood is destroyed when the real nature of the jiva is realized. There's a lot to unpack here. So much. If you unpack, you will unpack the whole of the Vedanta. And not only unpack the whole of the Vedanta, you will unpack the whole of the mystery of the universe. This is one of the reasons why Vedanta says Brahman appears as a jiva. It has not become the jiva. Appears. So the Sanskrit is sthano purushavad bhrantya krita brahmani jivataha jivasya tatvike rupe tasmin drishte nivartate. So before you can go into the explanations of this, we'll see two things. As the stump of a tree appears to be a person. It's a person, sthano. I've given this example, and this is a standard example in Vedanta. In the dark, you're walking on the street and you see somebody standing there at the corner. And you immediately, instead of walking fast now, you've slowed your pace. You're trying to look, what is that? It appears to be somebody standing there. And then you may cross the street and you walk, and then, you may turn back, and just to be, and you're looking at that. And suppose a car is passing by and then its headlights catch that thing that you're seeing. And you see it's an old stump of a tree. You mistook it for someone who's standing there. This is very common. That's why he's saying bhrantya, through mistake, through error. So it's a purushova sthanova. Is it a person or is it a stump of a tree? Swami Vivekananda gives a nice example. He says, a policeman on the beat, so he sees there's a thief there. A thief who had come to burgle something or rob something, he sees, oh my God, that's a police standing there. A young man waiting for his girlfriend saying, oh, she's come there. The girl who's also there, she says, oh, my boyfriend has come. A child who has been told ghost stories starts shrieking, seeing a ghost. And similarly, you bring the light and say, it was neither a policeman, nor a thief, nor a man, nor a woman, nor a ghost, nothing. Just a stump of a tree. So this is how we see that one thing is taken for another. This is the error in Vedanta. And here what has been taken as Brahman has been taken for a jiva. Okay. Now it's jiva. The jiva is now a big business. Half of the scriptures can be understood if you understand what is the jiva. What is it? He says, jiva, the individualized soul endowed with attributes of a doer, enjoyer, and knower. The karta, bhokta, and jnata. So we feel, yeah, I'm the doer, and also that's why we say we have free will. I'm the doer. Experiencer. And when we go about, we get two things, always. Two experiences in various states. Actually one, pleasure and pain. If it's this side, painful, and the same thing here is pleasure. So it experiences pleasure and pain. And various grades also. And who says we don't know? We know all the time. We want to know everything. That is the characteristic of the jiva. The jiva is the individual soul or individualized consciousness. It is also called the embodied self. It takes a body. It is also called living soul. It comes from the word jiva, to live. Okay. Now this, in every philosophy, and in India there are so many philosophies, apart from the orthodox systems of thought, we have innumerable philosophies and religion. They're trying to explain what the soul is. The Jainas say the soul is the dimension of the body. Okay. And then they say, okay, in the next birth, if suppose that guy has to become an elephant, then there's no big problem. Then no. It's like a flame. The light goes to all parts of the body inside. And if it's a small body, and after that it is in a tiger, it will fit in, so don't worry. So, okay, all right. The Buddhists come and say, what nonsense is this? There is no soul. And they give you an example of, okay, they'll say, what is that? In the old days, they say, that's a chariot. A chariot. What is a chariot? It has wheels, it has an axle, it has a chassis, and then all the other trappings. So all these things make up what is called chariot. So what is a chariot? Suppose we take the wheels out, does it remain a chariot? Yeah, but it's a broken chariot. Nah, it's not a chariot then. So what exactly is a chariot? The wheels, the axle, the chassis, and this and that one. No, all these things together is the soul. But you separate everything and then you find there's no soul there. If you separate all the parts of a chariot, wheels are here and then the axle is there, the chassis is there, that body is there, and where's the chariot? There's no chariot. Similarly, what soul? You have the senses, the body, the mind, etc. You have pleasure and pains coming in. You separate everything and then you find there's no soul there. Why there's a big discussion about the soul? That also is. So there are various objections. But it is in the orthodox systems, every individual soul is connected to the divine first. Some say it is Anu, small. And some say it is Vibhu, vast. But all of them say it has knowledge, it has infinity, it has divinity, it has everything. Okay. There are some souls which are mobile, move over, like us. There are some souls that are stationary. There are some souls that Sri Ramakrishna says, they are the ever free. There are some souls who are the liberated. There are some souls who are struggling to get liberated. And there are other souls which are bound, baddha, bound. They don't even bother. Sri Ramakrishna gives the example of the fish that's caught in the net. Some fish, they struggle, and the moment before the net can fall, some fish jump out. They are the ever free. There are other fish that struggle and escape. Hey, this is what it is. Oh, it has gone out. The big one goes out. They are the liberated. The other ones are struggling in the net. And there are others who will go down and quietly. I'm safe. No problem. I don't know why these fellows are struggling. Berry goes down in the muck and says, well, like Sri Ramakrishna says, then the fisherman comes and hauls everybody up. Out. You're safe, you're fine. So these are the Muda, the stupid souls. Yeah. Muda. So various classifications are there. Everybody is same in their intrinsic nature, but then you can see what happens. Okay. So this is Jiva. Now, those who are following this along with the book, there's a big discussion. I'll speak about it. Nikhilananda's in the section where he speaks of the Jiva or living soul. Now in Vedanta, now all these other things are like, okay. In Vedanta, there are these 5 sheaths. You know? The sheath of food, elementary sheath, is the physical body. Then inside there's another layer which is called the layer of prana, the sheath of prana, because prana is what drives everything. Okay. So these two things are very closely linked. Inside it there's another layer called the sheath of the mind. Inside it there's another sheath, the sheath of intelligence. And inside it there's still one more, the sheath of bliss. So these are the 5 sheaths, 5 layers covering the soul, the individual soul, the Jiva. This sheath of intelligence is the one that catches the reflection of Brahman or the universal consciousness in itself. This is called the Jiva, the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the sheath of. But you see, all these sheaths have to work in tandem. We cannot throw out one. So the sheath of intelligence, Vijnana, the sheath of the mind, manomaya, and the sheath of prana, pranamaya, constitutes the subtle body of the jiva. The food sheath, the physical body, constitutes the physical. This is on the physical level. And the sheath of bliss constitutes what is called the causal body. Okay? So you have a causal body, you have a subtle body, and you have a physical, or the gross body. It's called gross. In the old days, it was called gross. Now if you say gross, what's you? This is very gross of you to say that this is the gross body. You don't know? I remember one Swami telling me long time back. I was discussing. It's a very great. I said gross body. He looked at me. Don't use that word gross. And then I said, why? All our books and all, they speak on subtle body, gross body. Then I opened a dictionary and saw, oh my God. So this Vijnanamaya Kosha, this subtle body, Pranamaya and the Manomaya, this is a subtle body. It has the power of the three powers of knowing, of willing, and working. It is called Jnana Shakti, Ichcha Shakti, and Kriya Shakti. This knows, but after knowing what, I want a cupcake. I want a cupcake, that's all right. And then the prana says, yeah, I want a cupcake. All right, let's go and get a cupcake. So it has to have the power to get it. Otherwise, also you have to use, I want a cupcake. Sorry, dream about it. So, when I want a cupcake, you cry. All right. But you don't have a physical body. What are you going to do about it? So you'll have a physical body. Okay. So this are the three powers of the jiva. The reflection in the Vijnanamaya Kosha, like this, Vijnanamaya Kosha is here, that is transmitted to this and this and this, the physical body also. And also it comes here. But this is what catches the reflection. So in one school of thought, they say that it is the jiva is a reflection of Brahman. Okay. Another slight variation is there. It does not catch a reflection. The Vijnana Kosha, the sheath of intelligence, as it were, limits that universal consciousness. What do you mean limit? Oh yes, it's like space. It's everywhere. And we build a house here, and this room is there, the hall is here. So this space here is the same as that space there, and the same as that space which is out in the galaxy. We are in the galaxy, of course, in the Andromeda galaxy, and the same is there everywhere. Same? This space is there everywhere? Yes. But why is it different? Oh, this is because of the walls here. Oh, I see. So this is the doctrine of delimitation. One is the doctrine of reflection, and the other is doctrine of real. Okay. He says there is a third slight variation in this. Your Nikhilananda saying, the jiva is like being seen in a dream. Now, the jiva or living soul in that section, on the second paragraph towards the end, see, the jiva is like a being seen in a dream. Brahman, or pure consciousness, under the influence of Maya, dreams, as it were, that it has become a man, a woman, this, an animal or inanimate. So it's a dream. You are dreaming that you are an individual soul, and this individual soul has got this and that characteristics. It is like a dream. It is dreaming. Why? Because of Maya. What Maya? What is this? Somehow, like when you are now awake, you are so and so, just a huge person, an important person. Everybody in front of you quakes, or everybody in front of you despises you, and everybody like does not bother about it, ignores you, whatever. All these kind of different things are there in the waking state. But when you go in, you are not that big person. Everybody is frightened of you, or somebody despising you, or that you ignoring you. Nobody there. So all those characteristics, they go. And then you dream that you are a tiger. Oh, and there's another tiger just chasing me. Oh, and I'm running and running and running and running. Oh my God, what crazy things are happening there. So Sri Ramakrishna gives the example. See these huge guys with huge pot bellies and big mustaches. When they go to sleep, God, you can do anything with that fellow who's sleeping. Gone. It's a dream, like a dream. So that because of Maya. Now we have discussed what is Maya. I don't want to go into it. Those who are interested can go to the previous classes. So this infinite soul is dreaming that it is finite, it's limited. It wants this cupcakes. And if it doesn't get cupcakes, I'll get it tomorrow. It will scour the whole block, and then 2 blocks, 5 blocks, 10 blocks. You will search on the net, where can I get cupcakes? And finally I get it. Then I have to wait for the delivery. Oh, I have to pay more for the delivery. All right, quickly get it. What are you doing? You've forgotten your nature. You're dreaming. So people say this world is like a dream. Actually, it's not the world outside. This fellow inside is dreaming. We are putting the blame on that, the world. The world is a dream. No, this fellow is a dream. So this is people who read a little Vedanta, and they hear a little more Vedanta, and they think a little more Vedanta, they come up with this idea. You are the real, and this world is a dream. Oh, I see. What about you? That no. I'm the dreamer. This is the dream. Oh, you are also in the dream. They forget it. So this Vijnanamaya Kosha, that is the Jivatman. So that reflection in that particular place. So like everywhere, you'll see these lights are being reflected here in this room. You can see. Where is it reflecting more? On the ceiling? That's board. The wall? That's wood. You can see there in that glass. See, it's clear. It's a reflective medium. So that one consciousness is reflecting everywhere, but it is in that Vijnanamaya kosha that it catches the clearest. This is the fellow who says, I know, I want this, I will, and I work it out. So you want a new car? Yes. Why? What's stopping me? Sure, go ahead. Now work it out. And you're working. Then you get a new car. And after some time you'll say, I want another car. Work. This is the trap. Okay. It traps you. So this is the jiva. Okay. And like I said, all the philosophy, they speak about that this and this, the Brahman and this jiva, are of the same nature. Okay. This is Alpa Jnana, and this is, they give another, Vedanta gives another example, which is very common. You are in the forest, but you are a tree. In the forest, you'll get. So you are a tree in the forest. And you look all around, oh, there are other trees, like me. There are some who will say, there's a forest. That's a forest there. But the forest is made of individual trees. Yeah, it's made of individual, if you want to see them individually, individual trees. But the collection is a forest. So you may think, oh, only I have a jiva. Oh, I'm special. Everything has a jiva. The Vedanta says, Brahma Stambha par. From Brahma, the creator, Prajapati, the creator, to a clump of grass. All jivas. So it is a mighty forest. So the collection of all these individual trees makes a forest. The collection of all these individual jivas, millions and millions and billions and trillions and up to zillions. How many jivas are there? What nonsense! How so many? And some philosophies say, yes, they're all separate. But then we'll say, no. Yes. You cannot have so many jivas. And then who's going to keep track of them? What are they doing? What are they? This fellow wants a car, that fellow wants to break his car. What is going to happen? Who's going to keep all this track? So the jivas are many, but the jivas are an appearance, as we have seen. The appearance is not real. There is a one in the many. Okay. Now this collection of all the jivas everywhere is called God. Okay. Now suppose, hey, but then physically it's a body of God. Like we just described, there's a physical body, one. There's a sheath of prana, of the mind, of the intelligence and bliss. So this is the physical body, all the physical things. This is the subtle body and this is the causal body. Okay. If you have it, oh, I have 3 bodies. You know why you have 3 bodies? Because God has 3 bodies. The collective. God has a physical body? Yeah. Where? All this. So the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvata Pani Padam Tat Sarvatokshashiro Mukam Sarvata Shrutimal Loke Sarvam Avritya Tishtati. His hands and feet and legs. Where are you, God? What is this God business? Here it is. All heads, all hands, all legs, all feet, all every eyes and everything is God's. This is the body of God? Yes. It changes your whole perspective. Then subtle body, because God has a subtle body. He has a Vijnanamaya, Manomaya. Oh, yeah. So this is called Virat. That God identified with all the physical is called a Virat. This is called a Hiranyagarbha, the firstborn. And this, the subtle body, the collection of all the subtle bodies is called Ishvara. Here it is. As simple. But where is that Brahman? Brahman is that absolute, where there is no forest. No trees, no forest. But where is that? Oh, see that space between the trees? You see this? When you say trees, you have to have some space between trees. Otherwise, you will have to, there's one massive tree only, you will say. But no, when you say trees, you will have space between the stems, between the branches, between the leaves, between the figs, the figs, I said, fruits and flowers. There's space. Brahman is that. It is not there. I made a gesture, oh, it is there beyond. It is here only. So that space within Ishvara and all the jivas, Hiranyagarbha and all the other things is nothing but that Brahman. Oh, now you got it. Of course, I have simplified it to a great deal, but this is the basic. Okay? A lot of ramifications. But the moment you find, right now you feel, I am a tree. All right? Where are you? In the forest. Now start thinking of the forest. You are in the forest. You are in God. Because if you think you are a big, great person, we'll take that person and put him or her in, as they say, in a cell, and then we will see, keep him alone or her alone. See what happens. That jiva goes mad. Yes. Isolation makes you go mad. Or you have to keep on thinking and thinking. There are people who survive solitary confinement for 1 year also. There are some people. But when they bring him out, when that person bring out, you cannot live isolated. Your very act of living, that the jivahood means, it depends on everything else. Everything, everybody depends on you. You depend on everything. Now, so what do? For the purification of this jivahood, you start working for them, serving them, the other jivas, knowing that I'm serving God. This is the doctrine that Swamiji propounded. Narayana Seva, you are actually worshipping that one God through service. So what happens when you serve others? Oh, your big ego becomes dented. It gets whittled down. Slowly. And when that ego is becoming deflated, then the mind becomes pure. And in that pure mind, I'm the forest. Hey, there it is. So this is what he's saying. Brahman appears to be a jiva through ignorance. The ignorance, as we know, Maya. Like a stump of a tree appears to be a man, etc. This jivahood is destroyed when the real nature of the jiva is realized. Destroyed the jiva is destroyed? Yes, but the jiva itself was an appearance. So here it is. It has been, because until and unless these concepts are not clarified. Now I said this, now, oh, it was nice. But you got to think deeply about it now. Your entire life, jiva means living, your life depends on food which is supplied by others. Everything supplies. The air that you breathe in has already been breathed out by someone else. Oh. That water that you have, somebody has already. Everything is provided for you. Why? To work out your karma. Now this present, I don't know, 8 billion, no, what 8 billion, the world population is 8.1, whatever. My God. 8 billion human, like, souls, along with another zillions and zillions of other souls, birds, animals, insects, plants, all these things. They are all working out their karmas. What a grand thing it is. Now you see what is God doing, you'll say. What is God doing? You don't know what He's doing? Look at it. You look around and see, you can see, how is this possible? Yes, it's going on. You wanted a cupcake, there will be somebody who decided to make a cupcake and sell it to you. But you want the money, so there's somebody that will give you employment. The cupcake is, you have to go drive 10 miles for the cupcake. Somebody is there is manufacturing a car for you. Everything is fitting into such synchronization, it's unbelievable. Somebody wants to kill, somebody wants to steal, somebody wants to love, somebody wants to hate, somebody this, somebody that. Oh, everything is there for you. Everything is provided for the jiva. You want to kick somebody, there will be somebody for you to kick. Okay? And there will be you will be there. Somebody will be there to give you a box you on. Somebody wants to shoot, there will be a target. Everything is worked out. Everything is so perfectly. That means, what I'm trying to imply is that there is that intelligence. See how humans are saying, we are the most intelligent species, we say, no, where we other than, imagine a huge, one of the biggest living things in this world, a big blue whale. Wow. It's so big, that's why it has to be in the water. You think if it would be on the land, it would die. In the water, it is weightless. And that's why it can survive in that. Huge, bigger than a dinosaur, bigger than any. We are better than that. That is Doubtful. They don't have brains like us. They have a brain like this. Huge brain. Our brains are like this compared to that. And the jellyfish doesn't have any brains, but then they are working and living. So the jiva is not defined by your nervous system. Oh, we have a nervous system and we are... No. All that nervous system and... So the consciousness is in the brain and everybody is trying to cite. Consciousness is everywhere, like space. So much for... We'll take these footnotes. So again, the jiva, the individualized soul, remember, the soul is either a reflection of that reality or delimited, or consciousness is dreaming. Endowed with the attributes of doer, enjoyer, and knower. Okay. Stump, etc. In darkness, one may mistake the stump of a tree for a man or a person. We've seen how mistake is realized. That is, the real nature of the jiva is realized through the contemplation of such Vedic aphorisms, sutras, as Tavat. This is the Mahavakya, the great sayings, Tattvamasi. The sage comes and says, the Vedas say, Tattvamasi, me? And we have discussed how these two things come up. First, the idea of impossibility. No! How can I be that? That. A drop of water is being told, you are that. What? Ocean? How can that be? Ridiculous. No. Look at that and look at this. But actually it is so. Because wherever there is a macrocosm, there is a microcosm. Where there is a microcosm, there is a macrocosm. Like Swamiji had a vision, and the vision, an experience, not a vision, in the Himalayas, where he writes in his diary, one of the greatest problems of my life has been solved here under this peepal tree. That happened near Almora. That's in the Himalayas. I have seen the universe in an atom. Universe in an atom? My God, what is this? The microcosm and the macrocosm is built on the same plan, he writes. Just as the individual is encased in a living Prakriti, body, nature, so is the collective macrocosm encased in a living body. It's like Shiva embracing Shiva, Kali. Kali is embracing Shiva and saying it is analogous to the connection is between them, is like between the word and its meaning. The moment you hear book, you know what it means. What it does mean? You don't know what book? Book, you know what's the meaning. Every object has a meaning. That's why in Sanskrit, in Indian languages, they call it padartha. This is the digital clock. You know what? It's an object, yeah, but they will call it padartha. You know what it means? Word meaning. They don't say objects. They use vishaya, but it's padartha. And in Bengali, ki or padartha. What is that person without any meaning? So everything, and then he says, yeah, this is what he experienced. So the microcosm and the macrocosm are built on the same plan. So all these bodies and all that I was talking about, all these things, it's built on the same plan as the universal. This and this, both. Okay. When the true nature of the individualized soul is known, the notion of its individuality disappears. When you see it, it's gone. When you bring the light, there was nobody standing there. There was only a tree there, old stump. It is then realized as the universal consciousness of Brahman. So we take up the 46th verse next Friday. The coming week, we have so many things going on. Wednesday, 7 p.m. is the Gospel of the Holy Mother. It's a reading and discussion by Swami Brahmatmananda, who stays at Tapovan, and so he gives reads from Gospel of Holy Mother, and it's mainly online. You can go to Tapovan, and so you can download the link from our website or from our newsletter. Friday, again, like I said, next Friday, self-knowledge. Saturday, monthly meditation retreat. Oh, tomorrow is the retreat from 11 to 3. It's a potluck. Please come with a pot, fill our pots. Then you are lucky. So that is there Saturday. Sunday, we have a guest Swami from Vancouver, Swami Vimohananda. He will speak on the spiritual significance of the story of Jaya and Vijaya. Bhagavatam, Jaya and Vijaya. Oh my God. It's wonderful, the stories, how they were. Well, I won't tell you. But Holy Mother, in one place, her two attendants, Holy Mother, she said they were Jaya and Vijaya. Oh my God. Golapma and Yoginma. So you see, we thought this was all mythology, no? And Jaya and Vijaya, you know who are they? They are the two gatekeepers of who? Bhagavati, the Divine Mother herself. So that's why Holy Mother couldn't recognize them. That means she is Bhagavati. What Maya, Divine Maya. So the story occurs in the Bhagavatam. So he's going to speak. But also mark your calendars for October 18th, Saturday, with 11:15 and I think 12:30. The Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, sorry. I will be discussing this great chapter of the Bhagavad Gita at Bellevue Library. It's in Bellevue. Go to our website, the address is there. But if those who don't want to take the trouble there, it's on 110th Avenue, 1111. Beautiful number, 1111. Northeast Bellevue. So we are going to have, because having in a closed space was found to become inconvenient. We're going to have it in the first trial in the public place. So they've rented it out, and so please, especially those who are in Bellevue, Redmond, and all those places there, Kirkland, Samamish, all these places. It's convenient for you. We'll take some of the questions if they are. They say, Satchidananda, have experiences or is only the 5 covers the ones that feel the experience? I hope my question. No, the jiva is nothing but Satchidananda, trapped as it were in the 5 layers. Sri Ramakrishna used to say humorously, Pancha bhute fande pode Brahma kande. Brahman weeps after falling into the 5 traps. The 5 nets. Pancha bhute fande. Into the 5, Pancha bhute fande. Correct, na? In the traps, the 5 traps. So it's actually Brahman, the Satchidananda, who is trapped as it were. Okay. All right. So that's Pancha Bhute Fane Brahma Kane. Trapped in the 5 elements, Brahman weeps. A Brahman weeps after getting trapped in the 5 elements. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.